Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Halloween! Well, it's been a green day, and we just made over 7,000. Let's get rid of that. Try to get in the Halloween spirit. It's been a green day, and it's the last trading day of the month. So we came into the week, $17,000 behind. So how have we fared? Well, we've had a $7,000 day. So we're going to finish the month slightly behind, about 10% behind goal. But we came into the month ahead of goal for the year. So it's not set us back too much. $10,000. We potentially, the way I'm looking at this is equivalent to we've got a $10,000 drawdown to make up in November. So it's still a very good day today, a very good week last week, a humongous week last week. If I look at where we're finishing October on the gross numbers right now, so a little over $90,000 in October. Go back, rewind 1 week, and we were at $42,000. So we've more than doubled the profit that we've had on the month in the last week. So a phenomenal final week to the month. Kind of spooky, keeping with the Halloween theme, but we've had a good day today, a busy day today, and I'll show you a couple. I'll do a trade replay for you shortly with Getty images. So Jim Cramer got on talking about Getty images on CNBC, and also ENSC, which is Insights Bioscience, and we traded that pre-market. It popped up, we got in, we got out, we made our gains. $1,800 on that. I'll show that. I'll do a trade replay for that as well shortly. But you can do that. But let's talk about what we've done today. Let's talk about where we are and what we've done. So, as I was saying, Insights Bioscience is the first one that popped up, based on clinical trials. It moved here just after the quarter past the hour. So 8:15, 8:13, I think it started to pop up. Moved up, pulled back. As it moved up again, we got in for the break of new highs, and we rolled that up. Got out at the top, and $1,800 up. It sold off the rest of the day. Good catalyst. We got good volume, good relative volume, and it just didn't follow through. Didn't sustain. And we've been seeing that a lot over the last month or so, where we get the pop up, but no sustain. There's no follow through. There's no comeback later in the day. It just pops up and then sells off. And not only did this sell off, it actually sold off beyond the last week's closing price. So unfortunately, if you got caught in up at the top and then was holding this because of the catalyst, you like the catalyst, it just didn't come back for a bounce. But that was our first trade of the day. So that was Insights Bioscience. I think it's called Insight. I pronounce it Insights. We did see the meme stocks gapping up then. So GameStop at the top of the hour here, and it pulled back. It did move up after the bell, and we didn't get any of it. So we just got in here at the top, and it pulled back, and we just cut our for a small loss, $30, not a big deal. We did trade EFSH. So EFSH, which is 1847 holdings, or something along those lines. So that's EFSH, and we traded that. We tried to get in this as it moved up. Just after the bell, it started to move up, and we got in, and it pulled back, and we ended up with taking a small loss. We tried to trade it again a little bit later as it moved back up again, and we took a bigger loss. So unfortunately, that wasn't the greatest trade for us. We did manage to get it a little bit back on this move here, but that's pretty much all we were able to do. So that was 1847 holdings. Now, We did trade after that Getty Images. Now this one not only took us green, but actually took us past goal as well. We got over $6,000 with Getty Images. Then we gave some back. We got more again, and then we gave some back. So Getty Images moved up out of the blocks. We got in here, rolled it up as it pulled back, and then we got in again and rolled it up again. So that was Getty Images, and really good trading for us. Really good trading. You can watch the trade. I've condensed that by and summarized that trade, but you can watch the trade replay after this summary. And that was Getty Images. Busy day trading today. Pinduoduo tried to make a move up. So Pinduoduo, one of the Chinese stocks that sold off. So we tried to get in at the top, and it sold off. So we got out quickly. Wasn't quite doing what we wanted it to do. So in and out very quickly. Very small loss, $70. So between GameStop and Pinduoduo, which I would class as mid-cap stocks at this stage, between GameStop and Pinduoduo, we lost $100. So that wasn't a big thing. What I would say is that I did make a mistake with Getty Images, and I'll come to that in a second, where I put a stop in place and I exited position for profit, forgot to cancel the stop order. As it reversed, it triggered the stop order, and I went short, accidentally going short, and we lost $425 going short on Getty Images. So I'll show that in just a moment. But we tried Shopify, and we managed to get $175 on Shopify. It was moving up, but it wasn't sustaining for us. So we moved up, and that was the top of the hour as well, and we just got it. Okay. Then we traded Hoth, and we lost quite a lot. This was me chasing momentum. So Hoth moved up, Halt moved up big, and then just got very choppy, kind of sideways for the rest of the day. And we got caught in this chop. So we missed the move up, the initial move up, and we just got caught in this chop, and very difficult to trade, and we lost $900 as a result of that. So Hoth was here when we traded this, and it didn't go in our way. The spreads were horrible as well on Hoth, and currently the spreads are 25 cents, but they were all over the place, very rangy. We traded Getty Images again at the bottom of the hour. I mentioned Getty Images as we traded this up here. That's where we ended up getting up to over $6,000. And then we traded it again a little bit later, and that's where here's where we went. We traded a little bit, got out kind of a scratch trade, but it wasn't going anywhere. But I'd set a stop at a VWAP, and it took me short. So I didn't actually want to go short. I just moved on to other things. As it broke the VWAP, it took me short. I noticed that I actually had a short position, so I quickly got in and cancelled it as it broke back above the VWAP, and it was starting to make moves up, and I lost $400 on that. In reality, if I'd left it, I could have got out for a profit, but such is life. I hadn't. It was a trade I hadn't planned on, and I hadn't planned for, and I didn't have a plan for. So once I'd noticed it, I got out as soon as I noticed. So we could have had a little bit more on the day if I hadn't accidentally taken that trade. And then we traded Son. So this was another big mover. So this was Sonic Biotherapeutics, and again, this moved up on a really good medical catalyst, and we started. It's a small price stock, so I waited for this to break $2. I wasn't just watching this. We had a couple of good moves with a nice pullback here, and then on the 5 minute, as it broke $2. We got in at 220 on the way up here. So we got in at 220, was able to ride that up and get out pretty much at the top. It came back down, and then we were able to catch a bounce and move up again there. And that was Sonic Biotherapeutics. So we were able to trade that for a little over $2,000. So that was another good trade on the day. And then we traded Getty Images a little bit later. We lost on Getty Images into the close. We came into power hour, and it started to make its move up. And well, it wasn't a get. We didn't actually lose. We lost $500 on it. So as we got in here, it pulled back and we lost. We tried it again, but we got out for a scratch. So we should have gone in here as it broke. So I actually wanted to get in as it broke 650, but I wasn't paying attention. So anyway, that being said, a good trading day all around. $7,000. It's almost 1.5 times. We were actually $7,500 up at one stage. So it's almost 1.5 times. We actually get back $500 off GETY here. So it's 1.5 times goal. So where does that leave us? It's probably the question that you really ought to be asking. Well, this is my numbers for October now. I've just imported the trades into TraderView. This is TraderView. If you're not using TraderView, or if you're not journaling your trades, check it out. There's a link in the description to this video. You can use it for free. It is a freemium service. You can track and log 30 trades a month for free. Check it out. The first 30 trades are free, and then you'll have to wait till the next month. But if you like it and you enjoy it, it's not expensive. It's not too expensive, I should say, and you're getting a lot of value out of it. By the time you've used up 30 trades, then you might want to subscribe, whatever the situation is. But it's great for just journaling and tracking your trading and just improving your trading. Anyway, October, $90,000 in gross profit, slightly down on the target daily goal. So $5,000 is the daily goal, $100,000 is the monthly goal, so slightly down on both of those. The average winning trade is about 2,800, average losing trade 2,600. That's kind of a break-even thing. That's something I need to work on. I need to work on having lower losing trades on average, and that way not only will we have bigger gains at the end of the month. I think we should have been over 100k this month if I've been managing my risk better. I think that's the big thing is didn't manage my risk as well as I should do, and I did have a $17,000 loss on one day, and that in itself, if I cut that in half, I pretty much would have been at goal. So $17,800 loss was my largest loss here. So if I managed to cut that half and it was only a $9,000 loss, it would have been pretty much at goal. So ratios wise, 64 to 35. So it's pretty much not far off a 2-to-1 in terms of trade accuracy, which I'm okay with that. Not far off a 2-to-1 in terms of trade accuracy. If we look at the K ratio, 2 is considered a good K ratio. This is all to do with risk versus reward. And as I'm saying, my risk has probably been a little bit worse off. Risk management has been a little bit worse this month than it has been previous months. So that's what's let me down this month. What I would say as well in terms of win-loss expectation, that's the win-loss expectation there that we're talking about trade accuracy, but 187 versus 97. So almost 2-to-1 there. That's not too bad. I'm not too despondent with that at all. So we're pretty much getting back to where we were. Now, going back to what I was saying at the beginning of the video, this time last week, 25th, 42k, 24th, 41k. So either which way, we're $42,000 on the 25th, and then this last week we just absolutely smashed it. So we've doubled the in terms of an equity curve, and this is largely down to that big day of last Wednesday, granted. But if you have a big day, you can have a big red day, but a big green day, it really bailed us out. You can't justify, or you can't expect to have these big green days. $28,000 day last Wednesday. When they come along, they're great, but you can't budget on those. So that's where we are in terms of on the month, in terms of on the trade equity. We've got this head and shoulders here on the trade equity curve as well. I'm kind of joking about this, but because I do like trading the head and shoulders in on the charts, but you don't expect that to have the same effect on your own equity curve. Anyway, let's look at where we are on the year, because we're going to be going into November. We've got 2 months left. My goal was to have a 7-figure net goal. Now I can take a look at what it says here, but I also know what I've got over on this screen as well. So let's look at the beginning of the year and where we've got. So 1,023,000, just over 23,000 over the million mark in terms of gross profit. The average daily gain. So if we go back to what I was saying about my monthly goal is $100,000. So after this month, after October, I should be at $1 million. So over $23,000 ahead of goal in terms of on the year trajectory. In terms of how that's transpired on average, we're slightly above average in terms of the daily gain. So $5,000 daily gain is what I'm kind of budgeting on to reach that 7-figure number on the net number, and we're over goal there. We're over goal on the annual number as well. As you can see, the K ratio I was talking about for October was below 2. We're more than 2 on the year, was 6.4, which is extremely. I have been managing my risk a lot better throughout the year than I have in October, and I think that's something, as I say, I need to address. The 66 versus 33, that's absolutely spot on in terms of trade selection accuracy, and in terms of just over 2 million in gains and just over 1 million in losses. So again, 2 to 1 golden ratios, absolutely spot on, and something I'm very, very, very proud of. And the equity curve is whilst it's a bit choppy at times, my equity curve over the course of the year is upwards trajecting, and again, something I'm very proud of, and something that I hope to be able to do. Now, if I look at what TraderView doesn't have, all this says I'm actually ahead of goal in terms of the net number. This has got me down as about 50,000 more than I actually am. So my current net profits at the moment are 822, well, plus change, 822,697. So I'm about 55,000 more in TraderView than I am in reality. So I'm a little bit behind in terms of where, so about 10k behind net, but we can make that up in November and December. So that's where we are on the year. That's where we are on the month in terms of tracking versus goal. We've got November and November and December to come. Coming into the business end of the year now, October historically can be quite a busy, volatile. There has been, since I've been trading, it's not been a bad month to trade. It proved this month that there was a lot of opportunities there. I should have done a lot better than I did. That's my own fault with the way I've traded. But November and December typically will be as good, if not better, than October. So I'm quietly optimistic. And what I'm not going to do, I'm not strapped for cash this month as it stands. So I'm not going to be withdrawing anything from my account like I normally do. I normally start with each month with a $30,000 account. I'm going to hold it in there for November because I want to see if I can't get ahead of where we need to be going into December. So I want to get ahead of that $100,000 in November. We've got $200,000 to do in November and December. That'll take us over 1.2 million. And that should take us over the 7-figure net. So that's where we're up to. Anyway, that being said, we're back at it tomorrow. It's the first of the month. We'll be trading with a larger account tomorrow. We're not withdrawing for now. We'll see how we get on. If we have a good week for the rest of the week, we might withdraw some and reinvest it in other areas. But I'll be back at it tomorrow at 8 o'clock market time. So come join me tomorrow, live streaming from 8 o'clock market time. I'm allowed to trade a half an hour before that, but 8 o'clock when I start my live stream here on YouTube. I'm also streaming concurrently on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Share Vision, and a bunch of other platforms as well. So wherever you're watching me, come join me 90 minutes before the market opens. And if you're in Europe, just remember daylight saving is in the US is not until next week, so we've got an extra hour on them. We're in the UK and Ireland, we're 6 hours ahead instead of the 5. We're 7 hours ahead on the continent of Europe until next weekend. So that'll be here 12 p.m. or midday in Ireland and the UK, and I will be going live then. That's 1 p.m. on the continent of Europe. So enjoy the trade replays. See you soon. Take care. Anything moving? Absolutely. Insights Biosciences. Relentless. Cheers, Relentless. Supposed to get in for the break of 450, but we'll see. High of day so far, 503. So we broke $5. That better for you, Alistair? Now I'm trying to. I've got a new setup on the music, so I'm trying to find the right balance sound-wise. I'm moving it down to 15%. But I'm not trying to short this. Let's start. How far can we get up with this one? That's the question. We're just starting. So this is Insights Biosciences. The ticker is ENSC, and they've announced top-line results of a clinical study evaluating human abuse potential of intranasal administration of a certain type of drug. Okay. So it's basically clinical trials. The shorthand version of that is clinical trials. Watching this bit of resistance at the $0.25, past that. 504 is our average. We want to. I've obviously traded this one in the past because I've got resistance and support lines already drawn. So 507, I've not drawn that today. I've only just the news dropped on this just a few moments ago. 8:30, 2 minutes ago is when the news dropped on this. A little over 2 minutes ago. So getting second pullback, not third pullback here. But 507 is our exit. Actually, I'll go for 510. I'll get out at 510. Looks like we're getting a bit of support at 510. The alphabet. Let's consolidate. It's going to take a little bit more off there while it's consolidating. 1300 is a good start. Always add back if I need to. Alphabet. Bit of a flat bottom here. Flag pattern. There we go. There's the breakout. Break new highs, 530. I'll add more. Current high is 530. Just added a bit more. Added at 38, so need to be higher than that to take off. Lock in another 500 bucks. Do you like these parabolic movers? 10-cent grace here. We'll get out. There we go. It might continue to go, but we've locked in 1800 bucks. So that's a good start to the day. So this should resume anytime now. Oh, and it's gapped up. That's a bit crap. Terrible fill. Went up to 35 on the ask just a second ago, so filled that gap. Let's move up now. $0.08 spread. That's not bad. Just need to get up over 640. Caught between the spreads right now. Lock a little bit in. Kind of volatile. A lot of volatility today, it seems. Nice. We like volatility, especially when it comes with good volume. Looks like today could be a good day for trading. Good day's trading. Look for a bounce at the VWAP. Your VWAP is 606. $0.02 off the ask. But the spreads are like 10-12 cents, which is what's killing us right now. So over 640, we'll just get out of this. We're just not feeling it. Not had a single higher high yet on the 1 minute. With a flat bottom, descending wedge into a flat bottom. That's bearish. Oh. $0.20 trailing stop on that. Pull all the way back and stop me out now if you want to. Finally did get the breakout. Let's see what happens. It puts us almost 4K up on the day. There we go. So 4,500 up on the day. Come on, Getty, over 7. We want you over $7. 94. We're caught between the spreads. Here we go. This is $7 incoming. Not quite the high of day. 796 is the current high of day. 696, sorry. Current high of day. So we're looking at breaking that high of day. 95. There we go. That's what we like. Continue up. $143 into a halt. Halt. No, we're halted. We've got 10,000 shares in this halt. Nope, false halt. Locked a bit more profit in there. We're back green on the day. On 5,000 shares. Get out there. So back to $3,000 up on the day. $6,000 up on Getty.